What is up, my turtles? My name is Jimmy, also known as YmmijTortuga, and welcome back to the last video of the Pokemon tutorials that I'm doing, the EV training guide or effort values training guide. If you guys are excited for the finale of this little mini series here, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let's get into it. So we have our Pidove here. We have our egg moves that we talked about last time with Hypnosis. We got Super Lock, we got an Adamant one, and it is indeed Adamant. And if we look at the IVs, this took about 10-15 minutes to get, but we managed to get a 6 IV one, which is cool. I didn't necessarily want best special attack, but it's not going to hurt. It's no big deal, but this is what we like to see. Very, very easy stuff. So now I'm going to teach you about effort values. So let's get to it. So effort values are once again present in Sword and Shield. Basically what these are is how many extra points do you want to put into a particular stat. A Pokemon, click here for a full rundown on EVs. So it stands for effort value. So there's a limit. One stat can have a maximum of 252 IVs, or EVs rather. And a Pokemon can have a maximum of 510 EVs here. For every 4 EVs, you get +1 to a particular stat. Okay? So that is why we're talking about that. That is why we're talking about the EVs. So, to make your Pokemon even stronger, let's go back to the game capture here. To make your Pokemon even stronger, you want to add what are known as EVs. And to check that, simply just check the summary of a Pokemon, go to where it says it's IVs here, or not necessarily IVs, but its stat page, and hit the X button. You can see that there's these circles here and whatnot. These circles will eventually, you'll see the inner circle grow towards a particular stat, which is what we want to see. So now, how do we increase these EVs? Just by killing Pokemon in the wild, buying vitamins, giving the Pokemon jobs. So let's go over the different ways to do it right now. Let's do the easy ways first and foremost. We're still here at the breeding center here. Like I said, I just finished up here. So now we can talk to this guy. Whoops, I didn't actually mean to do that. We can talk to this guy, or not. Maybe it's just at the very beginning. There's a way to do Pokemon jobs. I never do EVs this way, personally, because it just takes so long. But there's a way to do jobs in this in this game, and I don't remember how to do it. Maybe, oh, you know what? I remember how to do it. We'll just go up. I think you have to go into any Pokemon Center. I'm going to go into Turffield here. Or not Turffield, Motostoke. I'm usually on the Route 5 one. Come on, game. Hello? I'm usually in the Route 5 one. So we're going to go into Motostoke here. In any Pokemon Center. And I think you just have to talk to the Rotom PC here. I think that's all you have to do. Yeah, check Poke Jobs. So you can give your Pokemon jobs here. As you can see, I've never done this. I'm actually getting the tutorial. There are new job postings. Construction work having heavy lifted. Pokemon wanted up to 30. You can use these jobs here to increase, HP seminar, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. So you can bring these Pokemon into these Pokemon jobs, and you're able to get it into, you can actually increase its values that way, the effort values and stuff like that. Let me show you one other thing. There's this thing called Pokéris, which in Sword and Shield it's not as much to come by. But if we check the summary of this Pokemon here, we see that this Noctowl has a thing called Pokéris. And what it does is that it's going to double the amount of effort values you gain. So whether you do a job, whether you kill the Pokemon in the wild or whatever, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But you can give the Pokemon the Pokéris, and you'll be able to do that. So all you have to do with that is literally just put the Pokemon in the party, and it'll just spread to the rest of it. It does run out in terms of transferring. Look at Centiskorch next to its Shiny Sparkles, I guess, underneath the level 100. Look at that compared to the Noctowl. The Noctowl still has like the X behind it, where the Centiskorch does not. Centiskorch still has Pokerus, and it still will work, but it cannot pass it anymore. Noctowl, however, can. So we're going to use that to pass Pokerus to Pidove. In order to pass it, all you have to do is just train. So now, there's a couple of different tips and tricks and whatnot. I'm going to go back to this box here. And honestly, I lost track of where any and all of my Pokemon. Here it is. I'm going to grab the Gastrodon because this can actually also pass on Pokerus, it looks like. So I'm just going to put Noctowl back in the thing, and we'll be good to go. But Gastrodon is going to be able to do that, but Gastrodon is also going to get Storm Drain, which is going to be super, super epic. And you know what? We'll keep the Noctowl. It'll make it faster in terms of passing the Pokerus. So anyway, Gastrodon is going to make Storm Drain, which will be very useful in just a little bit. But the idea right now is to pass on that. The only time you really don't need to do that, and we're going to go into, I believe it's Hammerlock Stadium, you can get vitamins directly. Vitamins cost a lot of money. You can get, it raises EVs by 4 for every vitamin you do. And you can have, as I said, up to 252, which is equivalent to 26 in one particular stat. So for the case of Unpheasant, we're gonna, I want to raise its attack stat to its max. That's why I had it be adamant. I'm gonna raise Unpheasant's attack stat to its max. So you talk to this guy, you can buy, no, it's not this guy. What am I missing here? Oh, it's the BP shop. That's not right, though. That's not right. You can get it in BP as well. You can get it in the BP shop as well. But that's not right. I actually remember where they are. It's actually in Winden. You can get it in the BP shop. You can also get it in Winden. Regardless of how you get the vitamins, I will tell you right now, they are really expensive. So just be aware of that when you do any of the vitamins or anything. But I'm pretty sure this is the Pokemon Center. Yeah. Yeah, they're 10,000 each. You're looking at 26 of these will get you 260,000 Pokédollars. That literally would wipe me out. But I have 24 of them, but I'll show you for the sake of this video. So one of the EVs that I'm going to put in is HP Up, and just for the sake of this video, I'll show it off. I already have 24 in my bag, so I'm only going to buy 2, which isn't going to knock me out. But then the Pokemon does have to be in the party, which is no big deal. And then you can sort by type. You can find the you can find the HP Up somewhere, or you can sort by you can sort by whatever you want, and then you should be able to find it at some point. I don't know exactly where it is. I'm just going to sort by name. I'm looking for HP Up. Please. There it is, HP Up. So I'm going to use all 26 HP Ups on my Pidove. So now you can see it didn't change anything because it's at level 1. But if we go back to Pidove, and we hit the X button on the stats page, we see that the HP is now sparkling. The HP is maxed out. This means that Pidove can no longer get any more hit points, hit point EVs. So now the next one we're going to focus on is attack. So you can do Poke Jobs, you can do attack and whatnot, and we'll go from there. Now, here's another tip and trick. Remember those power items we talked about? Well, there's a reason why I have all of them, if I can actually find them without flying over them. So we have the Power Wave, Anklet, etc. I want the Power Bracer because I want to do attack. If you give that to Pidove, it actually gains 8 EVs of attack, regardless of what species that you knock out. It will always gain 8 EVs in whatever you knock out in terms of its attack. Now, every Pokemon in the wild gives an EV. So if we go back to, let me just pull it up here. If we go back to the EV, the effort values here, and if we go back to the other one here, look at this here. Look at the middle chart where it says training. HP, Route 1, Squovitz give HP EVs. Attack EVs, give Choodle. This is why we're going to use Storm Drain, by the way. Defense, Roly-Coly. Special attack, Ghastly at the Watchtower Ruin. Special defense is Gossifleur in Route 3. Speed. Every Pokemon gives at least 1 EV when you knock it out in the wild. Okay? So again, and the reason why you want to do these EVs is because you want to get the stats as high as you possibly can. Now, there's different tips and tricks you can actually mix and match. They don't have to be, you know, max EVs in the 2 or 3 stats. And remember, you'll have, you only have a maximum of 510. So, and each EV can only have 252. So 252 times 2 is actually 504. And then you can have a max of 510. So that only gives you 6 EVs. Really, it only gives you an extra 4 because every 4 gives you a point. But you have a maximum of 510. So you can, basically what I'm saying is you can max out 2 stats and then put an extra point into another stat. Or you can mix and match. You can mix and match the 510 EVs. It's up to you. You have to figure out the calculations for yourself. The whole point of this, guys, is to show you how to manipulate them. So now, I guess I'm saving. So now, we'll go into actual game capture so it's not zoomed in. I have this power anklet, or excuse me, this power bracer on this Pidove. The Noctowl will eventually pass Pokéris to this Pidove. And as it gains experience, it doesn't have to be the one knocking out, by the way. As it gains experience, it will gain 8 attack EVs. Once it gets Pokéris, that's going to double. And then if we knock out Choodles, it'll gain another attack EV, which will be 9 total. Pokéris times 2 will be 18 EVs, all the way up to 252 once it gains Pokéris. So we're just going to knock out Choodles. We'll do a quick Choodle montage. I think I'm in a Pokemon Center, so I can't fly right now. So Choodles are in Route 2, so we're gonna fly to Route 2. That'll be easy enough to knock them out. So all the way back down the Galar region to the Professor's house. We have Storm Drain, which is gonna make Choodles appear in the wild a little bit more often. That's for a whole nother set of videos. But you can have particular stats there, particular abilities, and there we go. And then you can make particular Pokemon appear. So I got my Gastrodon. I am just going to, I should be able to knock the Choodle out here. We get Earth Power. It's going to knock out the Choodle. And then you can see the Pidove will gain experience. It levels up. It learns Leer, which is really, really cool, which is fine. And then I'm going to hit another Choodle. Rinse and repeat until you get all your EVs. Don't kill any other Pokemon, though, because you don't know, unless you know what EVs you want. If you just want attack EVs, you're just going to knock out the Choodles. So, Muddy Water apparently missed. And then I get a Storm Drain. Why did Muddy Water miss? Why? That's so annoying. So I'm gonna fly through this, and I'll show you what the end result is. Okay, before I get too far, we can see the attack, the dark yellow circle moving up a little bit. Pidove does not yet have Pokéris yet. Not quite sure why it doesn't. It should eventually do it. I've only knocked out like 3 or 4 Choodles or anything. So let's knock out a few more, so that way I can show you that Pokéris does indeed pass out. Once it does get Pokéris, this will go by so much quicker. We're just gonna use Earth Power, which would be really, really cool. And we'll go from there. So yeah, a bunch of Choodles here. As you can see, the Pidove is gaining experience, which means it's gaining EVs. And then because Choodle gives attack EVs, and you can see that on Cerebi in the Pokemon summary page, all the Pokemon summary page, what EVs it gives. Now, if I went after Dreadnought, it would give 2 attack EVs because it's a second stage Pokemon. If I go after Gengar, remember Ghastly gives special attack. If I went after Gengar, I would get 3 special attack EVs. So that would be really, that would be very, very, very cool. So let's see if Pidove has Pokéris. It does not yet. I am confused on why. Let's swap the Pokemon. I'm not quite sure why, because this Noctowl does have Pokéris, right? Yeah, it does. I don't know why it's not passing. It should. It should. Let's find some more. Let's find some more turtles here. There's one. Like I said, I don't wanna knock out the Rookie D's because that'll give us Speed EV. We don't want to do that just yet. I might do a little bit in speed. I might do a little bit in defense. We'll have to see at the end. We're gonna use Earth Power, which is cool. That's gonna knock out. We're gonna knock out just a couple more Choodles. Again, it's gaining experience. I don't know if the Pokemon. I thought the Noctowl was gonna be able to pass it up, but I guess not. It has to pass it down, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference, but we'll see. Alright, so there's Gastrodon. We're gonna go Earth Power. Boom. Choodle. But like I said, once it passes on the Pokéris, and this is the free way to do it. The other ways is much, much easier and not as much time consuming, but this is the free way. You could also use your pickup squad in this scenario and pick up some cool items. And there we go. Pidove now has Pokéris, so now these attack EVs are gonna fly. So I'm gonna montage actually way through. So start montage, go! Alrighty, so now I am done knocking everything out. You can see that both attack and HP are sparkling, so that is really, really good. And now I just got to figure out what to put the next set of EVs in. I think I'm going to knock out some Rookie D's, and I'm going to get the speed stat of that. But that's pretty much it, so let me knock out a couple of Rookie D's. I don't know if I'm going to have the Memento here. But that is basically the whole point of that. And then you run into a bunch of Pokemon. You never know also when that thing is going to be shiny. It's like that would be cool. It's a way to run into some shiny Pokemon. You can use your pickup squad, and it's free. It's a little more time consuming, but it's free. You don't have to worry about running out of money or whatever. So once I get a couple more Rookie D's done, I might have to do 3 battles with them. I'm a Memento here, just to drop its stats. That'll make the Gastrodon faint. However, I will be able to use my Centiskorch now to make this go by a little bit quicker. But yeah, but that's the entire point of EVs. And again, it's just gonna make the Pokemon stronger. You can increase a stat by 26 points, which is very, very good. 26 points, yeah. On top of whatever the EVs, IVs are going to be. I'm not 100% sure if the 2 Rookie D's did it. No. Nope. I gotta do one more Rookie D. I gotta do one more Rookie D because I had 252 times 2, which was the 504. So now I have 508 EVs. This should be the last EVs that I need. This should be the last set of EVs that I need. So we're just going to use Leech Life. That should still knock it out. It's level 100 versus a level 7. Bye-bye. See you later. And there we go. That is basically EV training. Again, there's roundabout ways to do it. And there seems like a lot. But the biggest thing you need to remember with EV training, and we're going to make sure that this is done, you know when your EV training is done, when that dark yellow circle turns gray. That means this Pokemon can no longer have any more EVs. So that is basically the EV training guide. Remember your power items, the specific power. If it says that attack increases, just like it says here, attack stat increases. Use the power bracer. It'll increase its attack stat while training, which is very, very good. Get Pokerus. If you need help with that, let me know. Because I can definitely help you. I can definitely help with that. Your opponent, or excuse me, your Pidove, in my case, my Pidove, just needs to have, just needs to evolve and get its moveset now, and it'll be good to go. It doesn't matter what level it is. It does not have to go into level 100. I have the IVs that I need. It's the right nature. It's got positive attack, positive HP, which is really, really good. We trained a competitive Pokemon, and the only reason it took me this long, by the way, is because I'm explaining things. But we trained a competitive Pokemon in roughly about 2 hours. It does not take a whole lot of time. The hardest part is the breeding. Once you get Pokerus, once you get all the items, once you get all the stuff, you get your synchronizers, you get your power items, your Everstone, your Destiny Knot. You combine that, you get the egg moves that you want. It'll only take, in all honesty, if you get the right tools in place, it should honestly only take you like 30, 40, maybe an hour to prepare the entirety of your team, if you're even starting from scratch. I decided for this video to start specifically from scratch. You might already have a Pokemon that's already bred, it just needs to be EV trained. Or maybe you just need to rebreed it a little bit because it has 4 IVs and you need the 6 IVs. Or maybe it needs 0 speed, so you got to use the power anklet on Ditto. Let me show you that one really quick, by the way. And then I'll wrap up this series, wrap up this video. So I have it, again, it doesn't matter what, which one it is. But if I put in, I have the power anklet on my 0 speed Ditto, or typically I do. I did show the Ditto here. But let me show you that I'm not, full of hot air. So I'm gonna throw these 2 Pokemon here. I'm actually gonna throw this into the comp box here. There you go. That is trained. That is ready. Say I want to train up this Hatterene here. I want to train this Hatterene here. We have this 0 no good speed Ditto, and both of them have no good speed, so you have the chance of it. But if you want to guarantee it, you want to give your Ditto, instead of the Destiny Knot, this time you want to give it the power anklet. Notice that the holder's speed stat grows more after battling, but the speed stat, when you use a power item in breeding, will make sure, will always get passed down based on the Ditto's 0 speed stat. And then if we want to keep the Everstone, or if you want the Destiny Knot, which is fine, it'll either or will work. You can put the Destiny Knot on any Pokemon. It does not have to be Ditto. And then I'm just gonna throw the Gastrodon back in this box, I believe, which is good. So now we have a power anklet. It's gonna pass the 0 speed from the Ditto, because that's what it's on. Even though Hatterene has 0 speed, we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna pass Hatterene's nature. So it's always gonna be, the nature, which I can't remember the name of. It's gonna be a modest nature. It's gonna be a modest nature. Oh, no. I had to change its nature. I forgot about that. I forget what nature this is. That's not a modest nature. I forget. I minted it. When you change it, when you change the min, it changes what it looks like here and what the IVs do, but it actually doesn't change the nature of the actual Pokemon. So no, that's not modest. That is, I forget the name of speed down, special attack up. Okay, so it's this Ralts, which is a quiet nature. It's a quiet nature, so I'm sorry. We're going to pass down, and actually, because I used a mint, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be passing down a modest nature. Because just like hyper-trained EVs or IVs don't pass down, I don't think mints do too. I'm actually very curious on that one. I'm going to learn something new. But regardless, even if it is, I mean, Hatterene you want as that, but basically the whole point of this, I'm only going to do this once, and honestly, before I do that, actually, I'm actually not. I'm going to save here, because I'm not going to waste the money on doing this. I actually don't want to do this, so I'm going to save. And then I'm going to do this. So I have an Everstone, I have Metamorph, which is a 0 speed, Ditto, which is fine. We're gonna get an egg, and then I'll show you that it'll have 0 speed with Hatterene's nature. So while I'm hatching this egg, if you are on Route 5 and you see these sparkles here, you actually get feathers. And the feathers, I just remembered, also will help you EV train. If you want specific, like you want to only increase it by 1, these feathers here, which are very, very nice. I forget exactly which one it is. I believe it's here somewhere. Let's see. I gotta find these feathers. Wide lens, power anklet. Where are these feathers? I forget where these feathers are. It might not even... Oh, there they are. There they are. So these feathers actually increase EVs by a slightly increases. So if you need specific EV spread, these feathers work wonders. So while you're breeding and whatnot, I recommend coming to Route 5 because you can get these feathers once a day and you can collect them. As you can see, I have a ton, but you'll go through them very, very quickly. I personally haven't used them yet. I haven't seen an EV spread that needs to be quite that complicated. But you can get that. So, like I said, I thought I'd show you that while I was hatching this egg. But you can get all the bunch of eggs on this bridge. I think you can get the one also by Hammerlock, which is really, really cool. So, yeah, I thought I'd cut back in to show you that. I do have the Hatchram egg. I'm just gonna hatch this egg really, really quickly, and there we go. And before it's an actual shiny Pokemon. But I hope you guys did enjoy this series. I hope, I know I bounced around a little bit. This is my first set of tutorial videos and whatnot, so I know I didn't really, I had a plan in my head, but then I also forgot a couple of things I should know better as a teacher. So we have a Hatina with a modest nature. That's what I thought. So it did indeed pass down the modest nature. So if you mint a Pokemon, it will not pass down the minted nature. It will pass down this nature on this screen, the modest nature. So be aware of that, okay? But if we take a look at Tina's, regardless of what happens, it's going to have 0 speed because that is what the Ditto had. I hope everybody enjoyed this series. I hope it helped out a little bit. Just like I said, be aware of minted natures, of bottle kept or hyper trained stats, and you'll be good to go. Get your Dittos. If you need any help further, just comment down below. Reach out to me. Let me know if I missed anything as well. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this series. Again, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.